Do you think there are ukuleles that can bring out jealousy and envy in others? Maybe this one can. Keep watching. Yes, hello, welcome back to GotAUkulele. It's summary video review day to the full written review that is linked below every video. That'll take you back to the website. Loads more information about the instrument, all my other reviews, lots of other stuff there as well too. You'll also find some links below this video to do what these people have done. I say thank you every week. It's important that I do. These people have made kind donations to help keep this site moving forward because I am not a commercial site. I don't get paid to do reviews. They'd just be adverts. What's the point of adverts? These are independent reviews where I'm not beholden to anybody for money. So thank you very much to these people. You can help out if you look at the links below too. You can also help out by subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you hit the bell symbol, you'll get notified when I put a new video up and you won't miss anything. That would be appreciated as well. Okay, yeah, envy. Let's get on to it. I think you'll probably see the link in a moment. This is one I've been looking forward to for quite some time. There is a series of ukuleles that goes back quite a few years now called the Bird series, released by aNueNue. That's aNueNue up there. The Bird series. First one I looked at was the Moonbird. Incredibly good instrument, incredibly popular. They sold like hotcakes. They still do. Incredibly popular. And if you've got a series that works well with shape and look, why would you not develop it and offer other variants? And that's exactly what aNueNue have done. There's the lion, there's the light bird, there's the koa bird, there's all sorts of variants on this instrument. And this is their latest in concert and tenor. This is the concert. This is the aNueNue UC-110 green bird. And we'll come on to the green in a moment. Concert scale. This is the first one I can think of from aNueNue that I've done in the Bird series that is made of mahogany. It's all solid mahogany, and it's not any old mahogany. Let's have a look at it. This is Cuban mahogany. Now, since Brazilian mahogany went out because it's illegal to use that now, Cuban is about as good as it gets. Very, very good, dense mahogany. I love that curvy stripe to it where they've book matched it on the angle. You know, mahogany is not, look at that. Mahogany is never going to look as attractive as something like acacia, but they've pushed the boat out here. This is really, okay, it's not fiddleback or anything like that, but it's really nice looking. All solid mahogany instrument. I love that. I really like the look of that. This is, you know, up my street. There's a subjective thing. The bridge is the same as other aNueNues. It's a tie bar style made of ebony, extremely tidy, fitted with a bone compensated top saddle. No complaints with that at all. And then we get into the decoration and the linkage to green. First of all, we have what they say is spalted maple around the top and back. It isn't. I think it's flamed maple, and that goes all the way around the cutaway as well. This staggered cutaway, which is signature to the Moonbird shape, the bird shape. So that is there, but if you look more closely, I'm not going to be able to get you the focus. There is a green purfling stripe around all of the edges. Now, it is not massively green. It's kind of like a subtle emerald, and I think it works really nicely. It's green, but it's not in your face. Subtle, effective, not taking away from the woods on the top, which still looks like a very classy vintage instrument. So that's really nice. Around the sound hole, we've got this sort of offset ring, which is very reminiscent of the Moonbird, the moon phase. That is spalted maple, more of the green trim to it as well. And then you get this down here, which is more spalted maple with some with a stained inlay of emerald green on the tail block. You know, that's about as gaudy as it gets, but it's put in a place that you don't really look at, so it doesn't detract, so it keeps it subtle. That's clever design work, really. They didn't slap a massive green thing on the top here, or massive thick green binding. That's thick, but you don't really see it down there. It's just nice and subtle. I love that. I think this is the first Bird series instrument also that I've looked at that is finished in satin, not gloss, but it's really good satin, really, really nice. No, not overdone anywhere. Smooth as you like. Inside gets interesting. Regular back bracing, notched linings, very tidy. The top on these is lattice braced, like that Pono Master series I looked at. I didn't really know much about it. It's the first time I'd seen a lattice braced ukulele. And what it did for that Pono was great volume, great projection, and great depth of tone, great range to it. made it sound like a very different instrument than what I was expecting. This is lattice braced inside. There's a picture on the website. Good so far, isn't it? The neck is made of mahogany, one piece, that usual skinny sort of heel finishing on aNueNues. Finished in satin, smooth as glass. A little bit rounded up here, but a bit squashed as well. The specs list this as a 36mm nut. I measure it at 37mm. Let's say it's 36.5. 28 from G2A. That's roomy enough for me on a concert, and with that kind of slightly flattened back, very, very comfortable for me as well. No complaints. Fingerboard, ebony, really, really nice condition. No complaints with it at all. Extends down to the top of the sound hole edge. Very, very tidy. That's edge bound in brown, which hides the fret ends. Some people saw the sneak peek pictures and thought these were semi-hemi fret ends. They're not. They're just very well dressed fret ends. They're just very well dressed. And then we get more of the green. We get position dots, which are maple, I think, flamed maple, stained green. Very, very subtle to see at the 5th, 7th, 10th and 12th. And you also get white side dots with an extra one at the 15th. Again, there's green, but it's not punching you in the face. I really rather like those. Bone nut. This is your usual aNueNue headstock shape. It's become a bit of a modern classic, I think. I really like the look of that. Faced in ebony, the aNueNue Dancing Man logo there, inlaid in pearl. And then joy when I see these. The tuners they've gone for. These are GotAUkulele planetary tuners in black. About as good as it gets for tuners, really. They're just, I wouldn't want anything better. They're just superb. Absolutely superb tuners. Nice. It comes with something else that got the tongues wagging when I put some pictures up. These are aNueNue brand Green Planet fluorocarbon strings. That is to say, they are clear fluorocarbon, and it's very, very subtle, but there is a green tinge to them. Can you see? Very, very subtle green tinge. Again, not in your face, just enough, just a bit of green. They're not bright green, they're not lime green or neon, which would look crazy. But it's all very subtle, and I just really like that. I think that's my main take. Very classy, vintage-looking instrument. Modern decoration cues that haven't been overdone. They're just very subtle. You've got to kind of look for them so you know they're there. Also comes with the usual aNueNue hard case, obviously, in green, the same sort of emerald green. These are superb. And the price in the UK for the concert, $999. Yeah, it's a serious price for an instrument. It is what I expected. It's lower than I expected. The Moonbirds, for example, will cost you significantly more than that, getting up to 1,500 quid. So it's in the Bird series of pricing, but at the lower end. Is that because it's mahogany? I don't know, really. It's good mahogany. It's not cheap mahogany. $999, I think it's a very good price. And I can't find anything wrong. Okay, I know looks are very subjective, and some people don't like the look of mahogany, but I love the look of this one. I cannot find fault anywhere with the build, the finish, the decor, any of it. It's perfect. It's really light. It's 605 grams. It balances wonderfully well too. The lattice bracing is really intriguing me, as is the use of mahogany. Now, mahogany tends to be a warm, darker sounding tone instrument. But when you go to smaller scales, like concerts, standard concerts and sopranos, it can get a lot brighter and get a bit more nasally and away from that sort of rich warmth of mahogany. But there is more going on here, because this is a big rounded bass body, so there's a lot more real estate here. And we also have this lattice bracing. So will that affect it? I mean, I'll come on to an instrument that I've played that this reminds me of in a moment. Let's do the basics first. I'm liking this tone. It's not bright, or rather it's bright enough where you need it, like there. Volume. Great, good. Nice punchy instrument. Yeah, good, good, good. Sustain. Back there, that's really good too. Great volume, great sustain. Shall I start again? Not what I was expecting, and that's what I was coming on to. You see, this is not your standard concert dimensions. It is in scale length. It's that bigger body and there's that lattice bracing. The last concert ukulele, and I think this sounds just what I want it to sound like. The last concert ukulele that did that for me was the aNuenue Dreadnought. Also mahogany, also bigger body. And I've come into the conclusion, well, I'll come to a conclusion in a moment. I've stopped playing, haven't I? Let's just get back on with the playing. This is one of those I'm just very taken with. I just love, that is right, it's down the middle like mahogany usually is, but there's bright jangle and peppiness and shimmeriness to the tone. Oh. That's lovely. Wow, wow. The conclusion I've come to, and this is purely subjective, is that mahogany, bigger bodied concerts are exactly the perfect ukulele for me. With that aNukuleles that I heard, I had exactly the same reaction. I bought it. I liked it so much I couldn't let it go back, so I gave him the asking price for it. I kept it. I've never done that before. And I never really thought I really liked concerts that as much as I did then, but that turned my head. This has had exactly the same reaction on me. That is not your typical concert tone, but it is a concert tone. It's got the peppy jangliness, and you know it's a smaller bodied instrument, but it's got punch and breadth and warmth that is more towards the tenor end of the scale. I just think it's absolutely lovely to listen to. If my lottery numbers came up, I wouldn't be letting this one go back either. It is my favourite of the bird series I've looked at. It's just tipped the points on the Moonbird, which is an amazing instrument. And I know there's a lot of subjectivity in that, but this is just me. This is just me. This goes and gets one of the highest scores I've given to an instrument, because I can't fault it. Look how classy it looks. Look how the decoration isn't too over the top, but the theme works. Great tuners, great strings, great case, just lovely look. But this really reminds me of the aNukuleles. It's that bigger body, more real estate, dark, woody, good quality mahogany in a concert scale, and I am a happy man. Absolutely superb. UC-110 Greenbird concert, also available in tenor. Who needs the tenor? This is perfect. Thank you very much to Matt at World of Ukes for loaning me this one. He had a suspicion I'd like it. He was a bit worried about sending me the concert. He needn't have been, for the reasons I've just given you at length. Oh my word, this is just, yeah, this is just, you know, aNueNue, you've done it again. Absolutely superb, highly recommended. Absolutely adore that. Wow, I've got a sweat on now with that. I'm so excited. Thank you very much for watching and your ongoing support. Really enjoyed looking at that. Very, very cold and wet out there. What a horrible week ahead. But I'm back next week with something, a brand I've not looked at for a while, but a brand I always like looking at, and it arrived the other day. So that's what I will be bringing you next weekend. Stay safe, look after each other in the days ahead, and I'll see you very soon. I'm going for a lie down with a cold compress. Bye.